What's going on out there? How's everybody doing today, man? If you haven't already, man, definitely hit that like button. This is LeBron J. If you're here for the first time, hopefully not the last time, you see I'm rocking my Florida State gear out here. People don't know representing Pittsburgh. I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, but actually I live down in South Georgia, closer to FSU. So, you know, anywhere I move, I usually jump on the bandwagon, if you will. I used to live in Michigan. I was a Michigan fan, but it is what it is. But I wanted to get into it, man. But just give me 1 second here. Sipping on some water today. Definitely be sure to check out my next show I'm doing, T&J Radio. That's where I get into other things outside of sports. Talk about politics, current events, different things like that. How not to be a simp. My internet's acting a little crazy. But anyway, man, I wanted to get into it, man. I wanted to talk about. Did you watch the Olympics? I didn't either, so I ain't talking about that. But I wanted to get into the All Star Weekend. I'm a little late covering it, but I watched it, and there's a couple highs and lows to it. When I was a kid, I used to love watching the Olympics. I keep saying Olympics. No, I ain't talking about the Olympics, but the All Star Weekend. I was really excited about watching that growing up, mainly because all the superstars would attend. They would get into the games, and you see Michael Jordan hitting doing the slam dunk contest. You see Larry Bird shooting the threes, and that is the problem that we have right now. That's the problem because most people, these athletes, don't want to get into the All Star. They want to. They just want to spectate, and that is a huge problem for me and the fans. Obviously, they don't get a break, but that's the difference between the players back in the day and now. Now, everybody want to say, "Well, you're a dinosaur." I hear that, but there's certain things that shouldn't change, and that's one of them. I think that the stars should always play in this game, point blank. Period. No way around it. They should always play in these games, and yeah, so I just remember Dominique Wilkins being in the slam dunk contest, and to me, it stopped with LeBron. So I'm thinking back to all the slam dunk contests. I remember one of the weakest slam dunk contests was when uh, Kobe Bryant won, and he did his thing, but after that they was like, well, let's discontinue the slam dunk contest. So I think from '97 to 2000, that's when Vince Carter came and he revived it. But all the stars usually get into this game, and that's the problem. They don't want to get into it, and so from 1997 had Kobe Bryant. 2000 you had Vince Carter. I'm gonna pull this up just real quick because this is important. This is important to talk about when it comes to the All Star game. Let me see here. Give me a second here. Because it's just this is what happened, and I'm just trying to prove my point here. You know, um, trying to prove my point here. Ever since like LeBron changed this league for good and bad. Most people say he changed it because it's better player empowerment, but in my case, I would say the player should never run the league. They should never. They should come to like a mutual agreement. But um, yeah, hold on, let me see. All Star. Yeah, they should never run it at all because this is what happens. They're like, oh, I mean, think about it. You let your kids do whatever they want. They will eat candy all day. They wouldn't do it, man. They wouldn't do what they're supposed to do. Okay, so let me see if I can get the see. I got the winners on here, but I want the participants so you can see what I'm talking about here. Hold on, I'm on Wikipedia. Give me a hot second. But it's not fun watching like you want to see Barry Bonds in the in the home run derby, and you want to see the stars, man. That's what you go to see. Even in the games, like you go to the games to see the star, not necessarily the team. There's certain people who are fans of the team, but most people they want to see the star. They want to see LeBron James. I remember I used to go to a lot of games in Michigan, the great state of Michigan, and I wanted to see the superstar. I was mad when they didn't show up. When they didn't show up to the game, I was very, very upset. You know, man, I can't. I'll have to look for it later, but I want the participants. So, NBA All Star. Mm. Hopefully, this is it. Nope, that's not it. Yeah, but how y'all guys doing, man? Hit that like again, hit that subscribe, and also hit that notification bell when you check this content out, if you will. Am I gonna find it? I think I might have found it. Yeah, yeah, I found it. So I'm gonna put this up on the screen. Share, mm, mm, share screen. Yeah, so look at this right here. I'm gonna go all the way back to. Let's start from the beginning. Hey, why not? Okay, so this is exactly what I was looking at the other day. Okay, so look at 1984. This is when they started the slam dunk contest in the NBA. See, the slam dunk contest was an ABA thing. ABA used to do all this little fancy stuff to try to get you to watch the games, and Julius Irvin would go in. So look at these stars in the first slam dunk contest. Yeah, the Glad Drexler, Michael Cooper, Ralph Sampras. That's funny because he's like 7'3", superstar. Dominique Wilkins, superstar. Larry Nance was a superstar back then, and also Julius Irvin. This is 1984. Then you have 1985. You had Michael Jordan, the great Michael Jordan's in the slam dunk contest, the superstar. He beat out Julius Irvin. Julius Irvin was in there. Larry Nance, which won the previous year. Clyde Drexler was in it again, lost first round. And the winner, Dominique Wilkins, 1984. I mean, 1985. See, do you see what the theme I'm saying is the superstars now? 1986. Yeah, Dominique Wilkins again. He's in there every year. Michael ain't do it, but Dominique was the superstar in that one, and Spud Webb ended up winning. 1987. Michael Jordan got in it. It's him. Ron Harper wasn't a superstar, but see, Michael Jordan did it. He did it again. See, this is the theme here. This is what I'm saying. This is the reason why the All Star Weekend is losing its thunder because the superstars are not in it. Let's go to '88. This is the good year where Michael Jordan did everything. He played defense. He played offense. He cooked for the team back then. He drove the bus to each game. This is when he was out there balling. Right, he was getting it done, and so he wins again, back to back. This is probably one of the best years of slam dunk contests. Back in the '80s, you had him, Dominique Wilkins, Clyde the Glad. Um, Spud Webb got smashed on that one. Mm, okay, let's go to '89. Clyde the Glide is in it again. Superstar. This is the time when they was going to championships. Now, Michael didn't do it. Dominique didn't do it. Okay, so that's the '80s. The '80s, you see that there was superstars in the All Star game, slam dunk contest. Young, vibrant superstars. Excuse me. So let's go to '90s. Let's see what the '90s did. I'll say, okay, so 1990, you got the great dunker Dominique Wilkins. Kenny Smith ain't no dunker. I don't know why he was in there. Sean Kemp, Scottie Pippen, three superstars in the slam dunk contest. Dominique wins that one. The following year, Sean Kemp jumping out the gym. How did Sean Kemp lose to D Brown? 92. This is when it started getting kind of weak though, because you had John Starks in there. John, all right. Sean Kemp lost. Larry Johnson was in it, and Cedric ended up winning. You remember when he blindfolded himself? I think D Brown he put the hand over like what he was looking. But anyway, so you got that going on. 1993 is kind of getting weak because superstars stopped participating. Sean Kemp wasn't in it because he injured, but these players there wasn't anybody. Clarence Witherspoon he wasn't that great. Harold Miner wins. He was supposed to be the Michael Jordan of the time back then, but it didn't happen. So this is when it started getting really weak. People stopped participating. This is what I'm saying. Like you got to continue to have the superstars participate in the slam dunk contest. Um, '94, Isaiah Ryder was a tough player for Minnesota, but they never won anything. He was a good player though, but he wins. We didn't have any superstars in here. '94, so '95, we start seeing the same dunks. Harold Miner wins. Um, they didn't have any stars there. Who is Tim Perry and Tom Dumas? Tony Dumas. Is that the dude that from Philly? I mean, from the Suns, I think. I don't know, but this is the problem. So it start going down and down. Now you have '96. Grant Hill was supposed to be in it, but he was injured. Brent Barry wins, but it wasn't really spectacular. I remember he jumped from the foul line. We already saw that. Michael Finley was a good dunker. Jerry Stackhouse, he should have stepped up, but we didn't have any superstars in it. '97 was a really weak year in the slam dunk contest. You have Kobe Bryant. He um he wins. I remember he did the between the legs dunk, but it was weak. Chris Carr, Michael Finley. Now Darvin Ham was a good dunker, but I guess he didn't do anything. Ray Allen, I remember he did the behind the back dunk, and Bobby Sir could jump out the gym. Then they paused it for a while, but this is when they came back. Let me go to this one. Mm, yeah, so this is when it was good. When this year, 2000, Steve Francis was good. Tracy McGrady was an up and coming star. Ricky Davis could jump out the gym. Jerry Stackhouse could jump. I don't know about Larry Hughes too much as far as his jumping ability. I knew he had handle and he could shoot the three. But then you had Vince Carter, like destroyed the freaking thing. I think he got a 50. Yeah, right here it shows he got two 50s. That's how dominant he was. And the thing about Vince Carter, like, I'm so disappointed in Vince Carter sometimes. He's good. He rich. He played 20 years, but I remember following him in high school. And when he was in high school, um, I remember I was reading an article. He broke his hand and he scored like 35 points with his left hand. I said, "What the?" Man,
He cold. She belongs to the streets.
I was like, whoa. And so I was looking for him ever since. But like what I feel about certain athletes, when they're that gifted, they don't work on their game. I'll say it again. When they're that gifted, they don't work on their game. They don't have to. Like the Michael Vicks of the world, they don't work on the fundamentals because they don't need it. They've been successful without it. Not to say Vince Carter wasn't successful that way, but anytime you play, this is just a life lesson. Anything you do, you're competing with the people your age the whole time. Your whole life, you're competing with the people your age. It's always like that. If you read the book Outliers, it talks about that. And so we think these artists that come out like the best new artists, they're not new. They've been doing it for 15 years, and the community knows about them, but we don't know about them. So they've been doing the thing. So when I'm saying Vince Carter, Tracy McGrady, Kobe Bryant, that whole class knew each other because they used to run in the AAU circuit. And Kobe had a list when he was there. He had a list of people that he was trying to take out. And if he was top 50, he knew all these people, so he was trying to play against them. But I digress. Desmond Mason was pretty good. As far as playing basketball, he wasn't that much of a star, but Baron Davis was a star. See, you see what I'm saying? They had the stars in this game, but Desmond Mason won, and Jason Rivers. Oh, Jason, this one right here, Jason. This was a good one when Jason Richardson went after Desmond Mason. Steve Francis ain't do that well, so we had the 03. You see, the stars is not really in it though. Excuse me. But you got Jason Richardson. He won. That was a good one with Stoudemire. Richard Jefferson didn't do well. I remember that. So right here, this is when it went downhill for me. Who the heck is Fred Jones, bro? This right here, this '04. This should have been Dwayne Wade and LeBron. Should have did it. See, LeBron was killing, man. When LeBron was in where was that? When LeBron was in the McDonald's All American, he won the slam dunk contest. So he was making his dunks. Unlike this last one, oof, they missed so many dunks in this one, man. It was horrible. Like I turned it off. I couldn't watch it anymore. I'm like, I'm not paying for this. Well, I ain't paid for it to watch it, but come on, man, you a pro. But this is right here, where 2004, when LeBron should have played. And this set the standard where young stars didn't want to play. Look at this: Josh Smith, Amari Stoudemire. Now J.R. Smith could jump out the gym. That brother could dunk. Nate Robinson was good, but I remember one time Nate Robinson did the slam dunk. He missed like 3, 4 dunks. That's another thing I think they should do, and I'm gonna talk about it in a minute. But I think that they should stop having redos with the dunks. Maybe one, that's it. But if you got 3 or 4, the crowd, you're losing the crowd. Put the like in the comments if you agree with that, or hit a one if you agree with that. But after the second time, you lose the crowd. You don't want to lose the crowd during the dunk contest, man. Even with the 3-point contest, I'm like, why don't they have Kevin Durant, Harden, and Clay, like all the top stars that be in it, man? Let them battle it out. What y'all think about that, man? But I guess these guys decline. They want to. I mean, they don't want to do it. But this is where it started to me when LeBron didn't do it because LeBron was the face of the league. Well, he wasn't the face of the league right there, but he was going to be. Look at this, 2007, Dwight Howard, Gerald Green. Who the heck is Gerald Green? Nate Robinson. This is what I'm not going to name them all, but this is when the stars stopped doing it, man. Ever since '03, people wouldn't do it. So we at 2009. Where was Derrick Rose? Did Derek ever go? Oh, look at this. This is when it went down. We go to 2010. No stars in there. Blake Griffin. I think this is the one when he jumped over the car. Javar McGee. Why would you be in it? You're like 7 foot tall. That's another thing. It don't look good when the 7 footer do these dunks to me. Get somebody like 6'6" or lower, 6'7", 6'8". I don't think 7 foot dudes should be in it. I mean, they can, but it don't look good to me when they dunk. You know. But this is look at this. No stars. And it all started to me when LeBron didn't want to do it. Now I think the best dunking contest was 2016. Man, that was great with Zach Levine, Aaron Gordon. Ooh, that one was probably by far the best I ever saw. I don't think they matched it since. But so as you can see, this is my point. Um, and I showed my point. Stars don't do it anymore. They don't. They don't get down with it, man. Um, but yeah. Anyway, and as far as the All Star team, I mean the All Star, the slam dunk contest. I think this is my opinion. I think that um, they should play horse. They should play horse. I think one let have teams of two or something. Maybe you have six dunkers, and you got to do what the other dude did, or you're out. Do it like a horse, man. So if they bounce it off the backboard, dunk it, you got to do everything that they do. If you miss, you're out. That's what I would do. Or if these players don't want to do it, get somebody, them YouTubers, them dudes that be dunking in the streets. Amazing, amazing dunkers, dog. Get them to do that. Get them to do it. And you give them if they win, you give them a 10-day or 30-day contract on the basketball team. I bet you they'll be jumping out that gym. That would be something to watch, or give them $100,000 if they win. That's what I would do with the slam dunk contest. Get some top YouTubers, some street ballers out there, and say you're gonna give them an NBA contract, maybe a 30-day, or give them 100,000. I bet you people watch it. Trust me, but they probably won't do it. We don't know. I don't know. But real quickly, I wanted to get into something real fast. I was wanted to ask, man. I saw a video which I'm probably going to play. I might not, but did Michael Jordan go out his way not to mentor LeBron James? That's the question. Did he go out his way not to mentor LeBron James? That's what Nick Wright is saying, which I totally disagree with. I totally disagree with the idea that LeBron. I mean, because Michael's a jerk. Don't get me wrong. Michael's a jerk. He's a womanizer. Everybody saw what he was doing when he was hugging up on Mary J. Blige. That was funny. He was out there flirting and everything. I'm like, where your wife at, cuz? I was like, where your
He
wife?
cold. She belongs to the streets.
But one thing I would say about Michael Jordan is he wanted to help people. Case in point, and I'm not going to talk about this in a minute, but I got another show I'm doing, TNJ Radio at 10. But when Carmelo, when Carmelo helped him, I mean, I wanted some help, right? You know what? You know what he did? This is Michael. Michael took him to his house, and so Carmelo was watching film in his mansion, Michael Jordan's mansion, and it's like 2 in the morning. So Michael said, "Come on to the gym." Can you imagine if you had a gym in the house? Oh my goodness. He said, "Come to the gym." And this is according to Carmelo Anthony. He said, "Come to the gym. I'm gonna show you how to score." And whatever they did from 2 a.m. to like 5 or 6 a.m. in the morning, he said the next year Carmelo Anthony won the scoring title. He says there's something that he taught him, the little ins and outs about scoring, and he was the man. So don't give me this that he wouldn't help LeBron. Now I think LeBron's going. LeBron is trying to get this legacy because he knows he's trying to fight this legacy of Michael Jordan, the ghost of Michael Jordan. See, the ghost of Michael Jordan is too powerful to stop, man. You can't beat a legacy. You understand what I'm saying? And you can't beat the legacy. And the legacy is that shot that we always see when he, or when he did like this. You cannot beat that. He did three peats. And the reason why most people don't talk about like the 70s and 60s because we didn't see it. We didn't see these players. Everything is based off the media. And the media votes for the top 75 players. The media votes for the Hall of Fame players. And it's crazy that Tracy McGrady didn't get in. He didn't get the top 75, but he's in the Hall of Fame. Does that make sense? Anyway, that's another story. But LeBron is he's fighting a ghost. And you can't beat the ghost no matter what you do. You can't beat it. Every player that played against all three of them picked Michael Jordan. Only people who picked LeBron, to be honest, is Nick Wright, because he must be working from Nick Wright. I mean, for LeBron James. And no knock on LeBron. I'm just saying, you can't beat the legacy of Mike. Like everybody's wearing his shoes and don't even know who he is. Like he's a global icon. He's an icon living. And think about it. Like look at Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali lost 5 times, and his last couple fights it reminds me of Michael Jordan playing in Washington Wizards. We try not to remember that. Most people were crying when Larry Holmes was beating the crap out of Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali should never have fought after Thriller in Manila because he almost died, and he started losing his cognitive abilities. And that Thriller in Manila reminds me of LeBron James when he was in Cleveland the second time. When he went all out to get that championship, he ran up there and blocked that shot. Bam! You never see Michael Jordan cut where um, a highlight where he played defense. You see what I'm saying? LeBron James played defense and won. If he didn't block that shot, Iguodala, they would have lost. But LeBron is trying to fight the legacy. First off, he should have never wore his number, in my opinion. I know you looked up to the bro. Should have never wore his number. You know, man, facts. That's a whole fact. He should have never wore his number. He should have never did that. You know, but what I would say is back to what I'm saying. Michael Jordan will help you, and he helped Kobe. But the thing is, he's not going to come to you. You got to go to him. See, you ever notice your adults, like your aunts and uncles, they won't call you, but they'll say, if you come by, you give me a call, I'll hook you up. That's what it is. Like older people's not going to chase a young dude. So LeBron goes on there and says, yeah, in 19 years, I never really got a chance to talk to him. He never was in the same building as I was. Hey, he's a billionaire playboy. Why would he chase you? Now, he does have an ego, but if you watch the All Star game, oh man, that gave me chills watching the All Star game because he's in Cleveland and he Michael Jordan get the biggest standing ovation. That lets you know who's the best, and we're talking about legacy. Like he affected our lives like music does. When you first heard a song or something, man, like it's different. And a lot of people don't want to let that go, that feeling go. It's a legacy thing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Tyson did cook Holmes, man. That was great. Whew, I miss Tyson. I miss the old Tyson, man, but he wasn't happy with himself. Um, ever since he lost his customato, he wasn't the same, man. Mm. But LeBron, he's a great player, and a lot of people say he's number two. I just can't. I just don't think he's going to beat that legacy. No matter if he passed the scoring or not, because yes, he's going to pass him. But Michael Jordan played 1,000 games. He took, and he was number three scoring. Man, nobody looks at this. LeBron James, he played 1,500 games, 1,500 to even get here, and it's great to see. I mean, like I'm probably gonna miss him when he's done. I'm gonna miss him, but if LeBron James would have reached out to Mike, I think it would have been totally different. Kobe called him. Kobe kept on calling him, man. And even if you look at the documentary series with the the '90s Bulls, Michael Jordan was talking crap on him then. Like he's a jokester. He was cracking jokes. But the thing about uh Bryant, Kobe Bryant, he was about learning. Like his whole world was about learning. So he'll blow you up until you tell him. Like everything he wanted to soak it in. He was like he reminds me of Taskmaster on the Marvel. You know what I'm saying? Like once he see it, he's gonna duplicate that. Like when he was missing four air balls in his first playoff games against Utah, it didn't even phase him. Like this dude just went to the gym and that's his third year. He was balling. Like he was not scared of Mike. But one thing I will say though, LeBron James is not done, and that's what I mean by they playing chess right now. You see, last year during the pandemic, or when the pandemic just started in 2000, Mike decided to drop that documentary to let you know I am still the man. But there's a story out there, and I'm gonna leave you with this. There's a video out there, and Michael Jordan was playing basketball with LeBron, the young LeBron James, the LeBron James that I loved. I don't like him all like that no more. But the first, I put LeBron in four tiers. The first tier was when he was young. He was busting them old dudes' butt, right? The second tier is when he went to Miami. That's when it wasn't feeling him. That probably was his peak. The third tier was when he came back to Cleveland, and I think that was his last of his Mohicans. Like I don't think he's the same player. He never played that many all the games in the season anymore. He's always been hurt now, ever since he went to LA. But there's a video, and he's going to put it out next year. I promise you. I heard about it, and he played against all the superstars when he was like 16, and you look it up. Artest was talking about it, and Mike was there, and all the superstars was there, and he was busting them down. They couldn't stop him, and so they put Artest on there because Artest was like the top defender, and Artest got beat on by LeBron James. He got beat on by LeBron James. Trust me. And it's a video out there, and I believe that LeBron James is going to drop this video to try to get people to bring down that legacy. I don't know if Michael Jordan watched him. I mean, Michael Jordan was like 38, I think, at the time, but he was still doing his thing. And I remember that they said he hit the game winner when they were playing, but they said, and honestly, I'm a Michael Jordan fan for everybody knows it. I protect his legacy, but I believe Michael Jordan did not play that next year in 2004 because he knew LeBron was coming. And people, when they get older, they get scared to play them young dudes because they too fast. And you don't want to get embarrassed. They too big. I remember uh, Larry Bird talked about it. He said when they played in the Olympic game, they played against the college players. I'm talking about the Dream Team now. The Dream Team played against the college players, which they had Chris Webber, Jamal Mashburn, Penny Hardaway, Grant Hill, Allen Houston, and they bust them. They bust their butt. The college players beat them. And Larry Bird said one thing. He said, if they make him dudes like Chris Webber, I gotta get out of here. I gotta get out of this league. And that's what I think Michael did. And then even with uh, Dwayne Wade said that now because like John Morant and all them fast little dudes, he couldn't stay in front of them, and he was like, I gotta get out of here. So with that, man, I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna go to my TNJ radio show to start at 10 o'clock. If you want to check me out, But definitely hit that like, hit that subscribe button, and hit that notification bell, and I'll holler at you.